hole just woke up. So the biggest black hole that scientists have ever seen just woke up after 100 million years. Experts are worried because they have never seen a black hole erupting and spitting out cosmic lava like a volcano. Studies say it is so powerful that it literally started rearranging its own galaxy. Bro, it makes me think, why would anyone even want to explore the universe? The insane thing is that its plasma is 10 times wider than the Milky Way, like the same Milky Way that the Earth is on. Luckily, this black hole is located literally 15 million light years away, and it just might not eat us. It also makes me think if these kind of things exist in the universe, what more could be out there? What do you mean scientists found the elixir of life? So if you thought 2026 can't get any crazier, now we have a scientist who actually injected himself with a 3.5 million-year-old strain of bacteria. After reviving the virus from the ancient Siberian permafrost, he started testing it on mice, fruit flies, and crops. And to everyone's surprise, this bacteria was the opposite of deadly. Since injecting himself, he confirms that he has never felt this strong and healthy in his life, and also claimed that he hasn't been sick even once after the injection. In fact, it seemed that everything it came into contact with grew stronger within minutes and also lived longer, almost as if it were some sort of elixir of life. Bro, if they already found this, what more could the permafrost hide? The massive flood just froze. So it seems like 2026 is already full of surprises, because as we know, there are massive floods happening all around the world right now. But have you ever seen a frozen flood? Recent videos show entire neighborhoods in southwest Detroit completely frozen. Cars were trapped under thick layers of ice, with some frozen solid inside and out. People's homes got destroyed, and some houses got buried under 5 feet of frozen floodwater. The craziest thing was that there was no massive rainstorm. The water just came from the ground overnight. And because the temperatures were around minus 17 degrees Celsius, the water rapidly froze, leaving Detroit with some of the strangest scenes people seen in a while. So, is it somehow connected with world-ending theories, or is there a logical explanation?
Use your back, use your back, use your legs.
What do you mean scientists found mutated COVID? So it's now being reported that scientists in China have been experimenting with a mutant COVID strain that in its first test have had a 100% mortality rate. They reportedly found this virus known as GXP2V in pangolins. Bro, I always thought there was something fishy about those Ninja Turtle-looking animals. For some reason, they thought it was a good idea to clone the virus and infect 8 humanized mice, who all unalived within 8 days, with the researchers describing it as surprisingly quick. The insane thing was that their eyes turned completely white days before they unalived. Even other experts have shared their thoughts, saying, it's a terrible study, scientifically totally pointless. And a retired professor of medicine at Stanford saying, this madness must be stopped before it's too late. What do you think? Scientists just revived ancient virus. So if the COVID pandemic wasn't bad enough, now we have revived 50,000-year-old fully functioning virus from an ancient Siberian permafrost. Recently, scientists discovered a total of 13 new viruses, 3 of which were found in a 27,000-year-old chunk of mammoth feces. They also set a new world record for the oldest revived virus returned to a state capable of infecting other organisms. Bro, is it me or do they really take it as a win situation? The insane thing is that even the lead scientist herself warned government that these ancient viruses are potentially a significant threat to public health, because in 2016 in Siberia, 1 person unalived and dozens more were put in hospital after a heat wave melted the permafrost and released ancient form of anthrax virus. They just found alien mummy. So recently, scientists in Nazca Desert discovered an odd-looking mummy with features that didn't match any known human species. Experts quickly ran CT scan on her entire body, which showed 3 long fingers and 3 long toes, massive eye sockets, no visible nostrils or ears. Also, the jaw was different from humans with massive teeth. She even had long, sloping, alien-like skull, but not the kind which is created by head binding. Scientists also discovered 4 metallic implants embedded under her scalp, with metals containing materials that are not from this planet. Bro, she even had fully developed fetus still inside her. But it gets crazier. Experts say all her unhuman features were not modification. She was born with them, because there is no way that you can bind away the nose or reshape the jaw or change the number of fingers without leaving marks. So if she wasn't human, who and what was she? More countries just cracked open. So if the massive floods weren't quite enough, now we have giant cracks appearing almost everywhere in the world. Recently, social media has been overwhelmed by videos of one of the longest cracks of decade opening up in Africa. Experts are worried because these cracks are appearing more often than usual. First we got Indonesia, now Africa, and there has even been videos of Iceland torn apart. But there's more. Geologists have just found physical proof at Golgotha, which shows that the earth literally cracked open during Jesus' crucifixion. The fault lines run directly beneath the crucifixion site, with stone fractures showing same exact catastrophic breaks as when the giant cracks are opening up. Also, carbon dating places these rock splits at exactly 33 AD. So does it mean that the giant cracks and Jesus' crucifixion are related? You mean the cannibal solar storm is coming to Earth? So the biggest cannibal solar storm that scientists have seen in 20 years is rushing towards Earth. Experts believe that it will even destroy some of the Earth's power grids, satellites, and GPS systems. This is insane because solar storms carry massive amounts of energy and therefore are listed as a primary hazard on national risk registers. Bro, this is crazy. First we got massive floods, now cannibal solar storm. But there's more. This week in Scotland, sensors just picked up one of the strongest electric field ever recorded, which is classed as a G4. That means scientists have never seen solar storm with this kind of power. So keep your eyes on the sky because the cannibal storm will arrive any moment. What do you mean the bridge just sank? So it seems like 2026 ain't much different than 2025 was, because we already have a video of bridge sunking in Brazil. The crazy thing is that this was the bridge before the massive flood, and now it looks like this. Experts say that these catastrophes are not normal because they are happening too consistently. For example, USA had more than 300 tornadoes in 1 month, which is double the average. China had once-in-a-century flood and got hit with massive ice storm. And Peru got hit with first cyclone in over 40 years. The insane thing is that there have recently been many world-ending signs in different cultures, like the sightings of horse-like animal that they call Daba, and appearing of what they would refer as a false messiah. What do you mean the humans can now create hurricanes? So in 2011, NASA created a machine using RS-25 rocket engine that produced massive storm clouds, which literally rained like any normal cloud. Recently, people have started posting videos on social media about giant clouds appearing out of nowhere. Bro, could it be that NASA is playing God, and their cloud machine has something to do with recent massive floods and other natural disasters? The insane thing is that just recently, Dubai suffered one of the biggest floods over the years, where it rained for 24 hours straight. Experts say that they tried to use something called cloud seeding to create real rain clouds, but they couldn't control them and things got out of hand. So, are the catastrophes God's doing, or are we creating them ourselves?